one of the best plants to bring in some green into your house. They come in shades of green and even in shades of pink. I know some of you face the issue that the pink goes away. I will tell you how to retain that pink. So let's discuss how you can maintain a healthy and a happy Syngonium at home. In some parts of our country, you would also see garden centers referring to this plant as the arrowhead vine. Syngonium has become a common house plant in urban spaces, whatever name you call it, but this is how the plant looks like. Now you can grow it in anywhere in your house, wherever the space gets medium light. So this space where I'm sitting, I would call medium light. You can read a book here without artificial light, and the sun is also not direct, so it's not very hot in here. Otherwise, the plant will become yellow in color. It might also brown in color. It will lose the chlorophyll in it. Most parts of our country where the temperature is anywhere between 25 degrees to 35 degrees, this plant will do really well. Now, to make this plant grow better, you can add a fertilizer once in every few months. Syngonium also likes moist to well-draining soil. Ideally, it needs little water once in 3 to 4 days, but this totally depends on what kind of moisture condition your space have. One rule of thumb that I keep repeating in my videos: touch the top soil and see if it sticks to your finger or not. Like it's sticky here, I would not add water. I would let the soil dry out. Once you have started growing 2-3 plants, you will get a hang of it and you don't have to repeat it every time. And if you see that the plant has started yellowing or there are brown tips, you can cut those parts off. But if the plant looks healthy, you don't have to prune the plant unless you want cuttings out of it. And this brings me to the next section, propagation. When your Syngonium looks lushy and healthy, you can take a few cuttings of it to grow more babies. Now, what you have to do is to identify the node. A node will be something like this, a small part where you would see roots are coming out. Just snip it under that part. And now you take this cutting and place it in water. Here I have a cutting which has grown quite in size, and you would see that the roots have come out. I in fact have money plant cuttings also here. They have quite intermingled with each other in the roots. Anyway, so here I have a Syngonium cutting which has roots coming out. Now I wanted to save this cutting and I've let this grow few inches in length, but ideally when the roots have about 2 inches in length, then you can place this in soil. Here I have a terracotta pot and we just place the cutting and fill up with the soil. We keep few centimeters on the top empty for the water to sit whenever you will water the plant. When you're growing Syngonium, generally I would say that this plant is quite sturdy. It does not get diseases very easily, but you might see few problems. In the Syngonium, when it's turning unhealthy, I would say that most likely it's either not getting good amount of sunlight or good amount of water. This also brings me to the point that I had mentioned earlier in the video, that you would buy pink Syngonium and then it loses color. So when the plant has enough of light on it, it's receiving about 2 to 3 hours of indirect sunlight, it will retain the pink pigment. Not all Syngoniums will have pigment pink, but the pink Syngonium will retain this pigment for longer if the light on the plant is sufficient. If it is not, then it will start to lose the pink pigment. And sometimes even the regular green Syngonium will start to yellow when it's not getting enough light. So I would say that if you're keeping this plant indoors, keep it next to a window. It will be happy and healthy there. Remember, Syngonium is also a poisonous plant. Sometimes it will ooze out this white milky substance. It can be poisonous for pets and kids. I'm not saying that merely keeping the plant will make it poisonous, but if somebody consumes it, then it can be poisonous. I hope these videos help. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you very soon.